I like games. I really like FPS games as well. I also really like eSports.
They're gonna get the defuse! They've done it! Sentinels are the Masters 2 Reykjavik champions!
Masters, baby! It's G2!
So it was just a matter of time when I would be searching around for anything related to esports that happened in the Maldives. Since you've seen this video, I think you're quite aware of how hard I have cooked. Now, let's go back in time. 7th of October 2016 to be exact.
PPAP.
Okay, stop. The International Esports Federation is hosting a world championship for the first time in CSGO. Being an organization based in Korea, it is quite shocking knowing that CSGO was replacing StarCraft 2, which is like the game of all time. But that is another topic for another time. Anyway, the organization had already experience with hosting tournaments in both League of Legends and Hearthstone. For the CSGO tournament, a prize pool of $20,000 were allocated. Now, everything about how Maldives even got a chance into qualifying for this quite large event is shrouded in complete mystery. But here we are, 20 different teams from around the world, and we are surprisingly one of them. Moving onwards to the group stage, the two strongest teams participating in the tournament ends a Finnish team who were top 45 during this time, and Tyloo, the Chinese powerhouse of CSGO. This was also the only team which was above the HLTV top 30 ranking. Thankfully, the two unkillable demon teams were not in Group A, which was the group we got into. Honestly speaking, I think we got the easiest group in the entire tourney. Now, we have our squad of 5, trying their hardest on the international stage. Let's see what happens when we... Oh, I genuinely tried looking through what remained of this event in YouTube. The VODs, the clips, but nope. Judging by the stats, I really don't think there's anything to explain. Okay, let's move on from this unfortunate event. What happened in this match was quite insane actually. So as the story goes, the team was supposed to play against Anubis Gaming, which was an Egyptian stack, but they legit did not show up. Okay, whatever, they don't show up. So, the organizers quickly made some matchup to play against NXL, which was an Indonesian team who showed some good promise during the Indonesian qualifiers. Okay. At least they got around. It's not as embarrassing as the previous result. However, unlike the first match, we actually got something that survived the test of time. Oh, damn. Here we go again. Okay, please bear with me here. Compared to the history of CSGO, I only got interested back in 2020, so after Cobble was removed from the map pool, prepare to hear the most silver analysis of what happened. Now, before we continue, I just want to remind you that I absolutely love these guys for trying their hardest and representing Maldives in the international stage. This isn't an attack in any way whatsoever. I just want to show you the difference between us and the rest of Southeast Asia. Unfortunately, from the pistol round even, you know this was a one-sided match. The Indonesians were hitting the shots of all time. There is some level of team play as expected from something of this level, like basic team flashes. Honestly, since we're speaking about flashes, I believe the utility usage was pretty okay to me. Then again, I don't know if they were spamming their utility or this is just a skill issue of me not knowing the map. Let's look at the one round they won. The round starts with a 5-man B hit. The silly thing about this round is that this wasn't even a full buy round for us. We had just 2 AKs and some other guns. Wait, what is... From first contact, Archer gets a beautiful kill out of Frost Making here. Atlas also gets a slightly lucky but nonetheless impressive kill onto Forge. For some reason, Fusion pushes this smoke with his decal only. I'm not sure what the play here was, especially considering that he was the only player who had utility. Obviously from the health and gun difference, Fusion dies to Rosaru. And around the same time, Phantom kills the lurking Opper. The team takes some time to consider their options with their picks. Britain unfortunately walks into a 3-man crosshair and dies. Four event situation in favor of us. They decide to move towards A. Now, this is where I was so surprised we even won. Okay, the bomb is planted quite safe now. Both players are playing on site. One player is playing quite off around the ramp area, and the other player, I'm not exactly sure what he's doing. Both these players playing on site are insanely low. One body shot will finish the job. Once planting the bomb, Elias just moved towards truck for a better angle. However, then he decides to move towards Romeo. I am quite clueless on what Elias is doing here, but he was jumping up and down, and the opponent gets an easy pick on this. Once his teammate was down, Archer tries to get off the swing of contact, but then he also dies. Now, the remaining teammates are at ramp, and the bomb is planted at barrels, meaning if the opponent knew this information, he could have stuck this as he also had a kill. However, the opponent was also biscolated, so thankfully, Triant was able to push and secure the kill before he reached the bomb. This round almost caused another 16-0 to us. Alright, that was quite alright. Now, there is one more demo available that was against a Vietnamese team. However, as this was also played in COBOL, I will just show you the result and let the score speak for itself. This is the clearest roster picture we have. Now, let's assign some life into these names, starting from the left. This one was kinda hiding in plain sight. There was this regional championship for games like FIFA, Call of Duty, Counter-Strike Source, and even Need for Speed Most Wanted that happened. It was called the MESA Game Fest 2010. His identity is confirmed in the photo archives of this event. During the award giving, there is a certificate of this with his name being visible. Ali Bashir. Let's go back into the HLTV page. Bingo. Let's skip this guy because that took a little bit more out of me. Alright, HLTV, name check, Ibrahim Iman. We got a name. To the silliest place on earth again, Facebook. This time we weren't that lucky with the result being on top. There is something that looks familiar. From the photos we get somewhat of a clear portrait. Let's compare. That's good. Back to HLTV, another name, Zekhe Muhammad. Back to the most boomer site, quick search, and thankfully this was in the first result. In the profile, there is a few pictures that actually stand out. First picture is a pretty good confirmation, but we are here to guarantee. Second picture is from another event called the MECA ESL 2014. We can again see Archer here to the left end. Let's compare the two pictures now. Well, I think this is quite clear now. Now, for this guy. First I tried searching through Facebook. That didn't give me anything. Next I tried putting his username and his real name in the Twitter search. And that was also a dead end. Now, since HLTV updates the age every birthday, you can see that he is 28 years old. Well, this fellow in the picture appears to be around 20 to 30 years. I was kinda fine with just a good guess, but the desire to confirm was just something else. So I tried an Instagram search and somehow I got an exact match. Unfortunately, the entire profile was private, but the profile picture was all I needed. Unfortunately, the only player that really did anything else in this roster was Nelpod. After this event, he participated in the IEM Auckland C qualifiers under the same team name. However, as qualifiers are usually single elim, well, at least they're getting better. After this, Nalport stepped down from the roster and joined a Malaysian team as an import. Virtual Genesis actually had some financial backing on their hand, as they held a good chunk of their practice scrims in person. I mean, they even got my boy a unique jersey with the Maldivian flag. That's really cool. Around this time, he changed his name from Nalport to Kansas. But I think the easier one to say is kind of obvious there. Anyway, with Nalport on the roster, they attended their first event as a squad, called the BSC League, which was in essence some land in a shopping mall. After a good fight through, they eventually lost to Leapfrog and got themselves 4th and $350 in earnings. Once again, very conveniently, the maps they played were not recorded in the words. After this event, they participated in the Extreme Land Malaysia Online qualifiers and got themselves a spot after defeating the Gaming Co in a convincing 2-0. Once on the main qualifiers, they got bodied by Cove, sending them to the losers bracket immediately. From there, they managed to get a victory on MVP Carnell, giving themselves a guaranteed top 3 finish. Unfortunately, Cove was mad personal about it and demolished them again in the losers bracket, which got them 3rd in the Malaysia qualifiers. And you know the best part? I finally found some goddamn footage of him.
Second run up, please.
Wait. What the hell? There's more lore to this? Oh my god. Look, this whole story is barely holding together and I can't even be bothered to look through this. After this event, he straight up vanished from the team. There was no announcement made from his release and he didn't even get a say on this. He changed his stream profile to retired from comp. But he wasn't completely done with the game. He abandoned ECA and switched over to Faceit to keep the grind going. Then from June 2020 onwards, he completely vanished from Faceit as well. From this point in the research, I was second guessing myself in everything I did. This was like the millionth time I was rewriting the script, so I searched all of their names on Twitter. Well, I found them. But judging from their likes and stuff, I think they've completely left behind eSports as a whole. So yeah, please respect them on this and hoping for the best in the future. I think these past events show that we can definitely stay at a competitive level with the other Southeast Asian countries with enough time. However, the current state of Maldivian esports is good for one community and absolutely hell for the other. For the mobile players, there are now way more opportunities at hand, with PUBG Mobile, COD Mobile, and now Mobile Legends Bang Bang tournaments being held. In stark contrast, majority of the PC games are completely abandoned by organizers. I think part of the reason why this is happening is because of money. If more people are playing and watching the mobile games, that means there's more money coming in from advertisements. And besides, since more people have phones, mobile esports is way more accessible as well. I don't know if they will ever bring this back. There was a time we used to fly players out of the country just to play in the group stages for some random LAN. What happened to this passion for esports? We can't keep having a pro eFootball player and not expand into other more popular games in the youth, right? Alright, that's it I guess. I invite anyone with more experience in CSGO to analyze the demos and give constructive criticism on what went wrong.
صابرة